Well, hello and welcome back, and thanks for coming back. We're stuck in gridlock traffic. Miss Andrea is in charge of the traffic lights, and she does like them to be on red. If this car wasn't in front, don't worry, I wouldn't have stopped. I'm actually thinking about giving this car a shunt, because to be honest, we could have gone. Anyway, where are we? We're coming down from Kennedy Square. This road on the right takes you past Marks and Spencer's and in towards the Old Town, and where the temporary bus station is, and there's restaurants on your right hand side, and a spectacality of a view out across the blue Mediterranean Sea. And I'll tell you what, today that sky is slightly overcast because there's dust and humidity, if you understand me, but it really is looking very, very blue indeed. When I looked out the window this morning down towards the blue Mediterranean Sea, oh my goodness, there was a milkiness to it, and it was blue. And guess where we're going? We're going down to the downtown Paphos Harbour, just to prove that that sea is very, very blue and waiting especially for you. Oh, by the way, Mr. Paul is dressed head to toe in blue, so that must mean all that's missing is you. So get yourself on a big bird or a canoe and start paddling like crazy. I promise you Cyprus, the island of love, Marika and me, the harbour, Paphos, the hotels, they're all waiting, and they really, really are, especially for you. September is a coming and knocking, and we understand there's an awful lot of our family members coming to Paphos, and hopefully we're going to bump into one or two of you. Well, let's not hope, it's going to happen, isn't it? And hopefully we're all going to dance the Chuchuchka down the downtown Paphos promenade, and perhaps sit in one of the restaurants, maybe the Pelican, who knows, in the downtown Paphos Harbour, and have a drink or two, a coffee or two, and maybe have some giant killer prawns with the superstar, the girl in charge of the show, and of course her name is Dame Anne. Big shout out to some of the people who do like to watch the little channel known as Marika and me now and again. We've got two boys down in damp Cardiff, although the sun does come out now and again, but they're busy refurbing their apartments. I think they're turning it into the Ritz or something like that, but it sounds as though it's going to be very, very nice indeed. Dislin Dubra is coming to the grand opening, and hopefully they'll have, well, a bed or two waiting especially for her. Big shout out to them, Lord Jeremy, Lord Simon, and we hope you're doing very, very well. And of course you're coming to Paphos in November, which, you know, it's not that far away. So if I was you, I'd start saving, because Arching Grasivi on the booth is waiting especially for you. Well, not actually, she's just waiting for your wallets. Simple as that. There you go. Big shout out to the girl in charge of all of the legalities on the show. She's back in downtown Krakow. They went off to Venice on a driving tour and then back through Italy. They're back home, and of course she's the greatest lawyer in the world, and that's my Miss Anna, my superstar. Good morning to you, Mr. Thomas, and good morning to their son and my great friend, Mr. Bart, who is destined to be the best lawyer in the world, but only once his mum's retired, because, you know, he can't take that mantle just yet. But on top of that, she's also a judge, by the way, so she's told me not to worry about any of the legalities in the world. She will try me and adjourn the case, and I'll get off scot-free. So there you go. It's very, very useful to have people in high places, isn't it? I've got a few of them actually. I've got the Gumbara number one, Mr. Vidonis. Him and I are pretty good friends. The Chief of Police of Paphos, I know him very, very well. I also know a guy who's in charge of the drug squad. So guess what? If you want to come through Paphos Airport, you drop us a picture in your name, and I'll make sure that they're waiting for you with a pair of plastic gloves. And they'll take you a little side room and have a little chat with you while they investigate all the crevices and those kind of things. Anyway, what can I say? We're coming down towards the downtown Paphos Harbour on a truly, truly spectacality of a day indeed. It really is beautiful, and I promise you this view is going to take your breath away. So wait for it. This is the Paphos downtown roundabout. You've got one or two shops on the left, a leather shop, a barber shop. You've got a Vape Express if you want to do some of that vaping stuff, a jewellery shop, the Elise collection if you want some fancy clothes, a couple of coffee shops and bits and bobs. But look at that, look what's coming. That's the Paphos Harbour, and there's Major Tito, there he is on the side there, the man dressed all in white. There's Chris waving to us over there. So I'm going to drive you around for a little bit and keep talking a little bit of rubbish, and And this is the Ocean Vision cruise, which is bringing people down. Well, that's their bus, if you understand me, and that's brought people down, or it's waiting for people to come back. If you go on the Paphos Cruises website, you'll find all the information about their boats and their cruises. But if you actually come into the harbour, I think you get a more personal, well, touch, shall we say. Go and see them in the harbour, go and find Sexy Roxy, go and find Major Tom, also Mr. Mushri, that's the Egyptian guy with a great smile. Say to him Atlin or Satlin, which means how are you in Arabic, and I'm telling you, his face will light up like a Christmas tree. Speaks very good English indeed. Roxy, wow, she speaks perfect English. Tom, perfect English. There you go. And one or two others in the gang as well. And then explain all of those sea cruises to you. There's all sorts. There's like private charters. There's the big boy called the Ocean Vision. They've got the Jolly Roger. The list goes on and on and on. So if you're looking for a sea cruise, please come into the harbour. Go and find Major Tom and Sexy Roxy out there. A little hutch called the Paphos Sea Cruises. You can't miss them. They got more signs and more boats than anybody else. Now, as you may have noticed here, this is where they're doing a lot of big diggering and improvements, and they're building a new area where you can sit and watch the sunset. And this is where the start of the pathway takes you along the coastal run out towards the Capalius Tourist Beach Village, or Lighthouse Beach, Faros Beach to give it its actual correct term. But it's not quite open yet. They're saying another 3 to 4 weeks and then it will be fully open. So guess what? Callie, Mally, you're coming in November. This pathway will be waiting especially for you. This is the car park to the rear of the harbour restaurants, if you're wondering. These here are the actual rears of those restaurants. And it's a bit of an off-roading exercise, shall we say. But as long as you've got a car that's a little bit taller, shall we say, like an S-Class or a four-wheel drive, something like that, you'll be all right. Or you can park on this concrete bit. At the moment, it's a bit chaotic because you can see there's a lot of, well, storage going on. They've got some seating areas and some concrete bits and bobs and sand and gravel all being stored there. But of course, in another month, it'll all be clear and the car park will be back to its full capacity, which probably holds around about, well, if you park sensibly, it probably could hold 300 cars. But you know, we don't park very sensibly in Cyprus, so it can probably only hold about 20. I'm joking. Probably holds about 200 cars quite easily, even with us all parked ski width and all those kind of things. Now, we're coming back towards the harbour. This is a little bit dangerous, this little bit here. He can get through. He thinks he's in a Sherman tank, but I'm pretty sure he can get through. There you go. Put your seatbelt on as well, lad. It might save your life if you have to brake. A lot of people drive around without the seatbelts in Cyprus because they think they're all macho and all this kind of stuff. And of course they are, until they hit that windscreen and then they go, whoops, yeah, there you go. Anyway, I don't wish anyone any harm in the car, but I do believe that you should all wear seatbelts, front and back passengers. You shouldn't really talk on your mobile phone, and well, you shouldn't really drink a frappo while you're driving around either. Because if it falls over, one, it's going to make you get a damp crotch, which is not very nice, is it? And that bit of a wet patch. But it's also going to destroy all the electrics in and around your electric windows and where your mobile phones are plugged in and all those kind of things. Not very nice. Now, that's the harbour and the promenade. And I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit the like, click subscribe. Perhaps come back for a little bit more of my madness. And, well, if you want to keep the channel afloat, you know what you do. All you have to do is click through to our About page where you'll find a Buy Me a Coffee icon. Why not hit it and buy us a coffee or two as a treat, as a salute, as a motivation to continue making videos especially for you. And if you want a special video, perhaps you want us to go and storm a hotel for you, perhaps you want a birthday request, perhaps you want me to call your cat in, I don't mind. Drop it in the comments and that video will be coming especially for you. You can also help us out on the Super Thanks itself. There's quite a few people that like to do it, yeah. Lord Derek Scully and his LaBouffe, they're coming to Paphos very soon. He likes to attack that button, that's for sure. And of course, we've got Lady Sharon and Sir Philip all the way down in downtown, where is it again? Let me think. Cornwall! Yes, all the way in downtown Cornwall. And of course, they like to treat us very nicely indeed. Lady Ali, Sir Neil, Sir Brian. Well, at the moment the front end's clean, but guess what? The back end is starting to get that little bit dirty, shall we say. I'll go and clean it. I'll top and tail a bit later, I promise you. There we are. What's getting on here? Cables. That's a big cable, isn't it? So there's building going on left, you see. And This is a new road, by the way. Well, it's not a new road, but it's an improved road. At the moment, you can still park on the pavements because they haven't put in the bollards. But the rumour has it they're coming soon. Terrible. What's going on in the world? You should be able to park anywhere for free, which you used to be able to do in Paphos. This chap is coming the wrong way down a one-way street, but hey, it doesn't matter in Paphos. It doesn't matter. As long as you're courteous and don't hurl too much abuse, you'll be fine. We're heading up past Pinguinos. This is the Mavros Leather. If we keep going here, we've got the Dionysus Central Hotel. We've got the Roast and Grill on the corner, which belongs to that hotel. We've got the Mandrina Tournament. We've got the Democrutis restaurant coming up. And if your name is Mr. Shady Tree and you've got a shady girl in your life, guess what? The Delegate is coming up on the right. Oh, and of course, Cock Sparrow, Mr. Craig, Miss Lisa, you're coming to town very, very soon. Feast your eyes and digest. That's the Alcarne Taverna, and it's waiting especially for you. Let's take a right because it's a one-way street. We're not going to go the wrong way today. We're going to go the right way and show you some of Bar Street in the daytime. Not a lot going on, but one or two deliveries, and there's people doing a bit of cleaning and that kind of stuff. Lady Sally Bryant, she's coming to town very, very soon. Of course, Matt Dyers is coming with her as well. He may be going to die if he doesn't put a ring on that finger from Mario's Diamonds. But that's her favourite bar, which is the Flares Bar. That's notorious. Hasn't opened this year, which is a shame. They're in a bit of a refurbishment, and they're turning that bit, which was their original bar, into a tattoo place. Rumour has it they're not going to open up until next year. These buildings over here, as we keep telling you, have now been acquired, and slowly but surely they are going to be renovated over the next 2 to 3 years. So Bar Street, slowly but surely, is going to come back alive and kicking. And it's a very safe place. I know there's various people who've said it's not. What's going on here? Okay? See, that's consideration for people, isn't it? But luckily he's getting back into his old pickup to reverse out. No, he's understood his back end was sticking out. There we go. Now he's going to go park on a pavement. Why not, eh? There you go. He's got out of my way. I was going to give a big toot on the wall. TJ's Fish and Chips, probably the best fish and chip shop in the world, but certainly in Paphos. There it is, right in front of you. Keg and Barrel, very, very popular. That's the bar, obviously, and then there's the Memories just over there. If we take a right here, we're back on to the main drag, or the Hotel's Road as I call it, which takes us on the descent into downtown Paphos and the promenade area. That's the Almira 5-star luxury hotel, which sits on the cusp of the blue Mediterranean Sea right in front of us. Just down the road to the left is the Alexander the Great. And we know someone is coming there very, very soon indeed, and that's our girl in charge of the show. And of course, that's the superstar, the legend, the one and only girl from downtown in Hartlepool, our Dame Anne. She's coming to town very, very soon indeed. And hot on her heels are two of the superstars from downtown Shropshire. Yeah, the man known as Mr. Andy, and he's bringing his beauty, Miss Nessie. And we're going to get them on camera dancing the chuchka all night long, that's for sure. This is it. This is the final descent towards the promenade. Mario's Diamonds is open. Luckily, Receiver Booth is not with us, so we'll be all right. As she keeps telling people, diamonds are a girl's best friend. Well, what can I say? Downtown Paphos Promenade is right in front of us. Unfortunately, there's a delivery lorry right in the way. I'm going to say thanks for watching, and of course, we'll see you again very, very soon indeed. Thanks for watching.